Sanctuary chimps, start with a dart monkey on that tile as top right as possible, another dart right there. It shouldn't be able to see the tip of the top left triangle right there, and it shouldn't be able to see the tip of the right lotus petal. The third dart monkey goes on that middle grout line that cuts that platform in half. Pause the video, look at the placements, they're very, very difficult. Some of the hardest in the entire game, so prepare to lose. Before round 7, give your middle dart monkey long range darts and set your right dart monkey to last. Round 7 you have a good chance of losing unless your middle dart monkey is placed perfectly, so just try again if you fail. At the end of round 7, get another dart monkey, place it as top right as possible below that left dart monkey. This placement is also really, really tight, so take your time like I am and make sure you get it right. You always beat round 8 regardless of that last dart monkey placement, but round 9 is where the problems occur if you don't place the dart monkeys properly. At the end of round 8, get yet another dart monkey and place it right there. Its left foot should be on that line near the left side of that platform. If you got all the placements right, that last dart monkey you placed will snipe reds that come from the left side. If you've made it this far, you've beaten by far the most difficult part of this map. During round 10, slow it down and just get a sniper, place it right there. The reason I'm not placing it is to show that if you have perfect dart monkey placements, you don't need to get it mid-round. But get a sniper, place it right there on strong. If your placements aren't perfect, you probably need it mid-round to snipe a couple reds. Round 11 and 12 are hands off. At the end of 12, get another sniper, place it to the top right of that first sniper, and then just leave him on first. You can do this start with just one sniper and get Psy even earlier, but it's really annoying to micro, and kinda RNG, so we hate that here. All my homies hate RNG. 13-14, hands free again. Before 15, set the second sniper to strong, then hit play. You can keep it on fast speed for now. As soon as a balloon gets to the middle of the track, set that second sniper to first. This timing is really lenient, so you don't need to worry about it too much. Set it to first when a balloon gets to the middle and then leave it on first for 16. 16, slow it down, because we want to place Psy before the round ends. Place him right there next to that middle dart. And because we placed him before the round ended, we get the XP level up bonus from round 16. So Psy is already level 2 right now. 17 is hands off. 18 is hands off. At the end of 18, get a druid and place it to the top left of that left dart monkey. You want to put it as top right as possible. Set it to strong. And then give it Thorn Swarm mid round 19. Then Hard Thorns mid 20. Before 21, set Psy to first and the second sniper to strong. This will guarantee a round 21 victory, as long as both your snipers are on strong and Psy's on first. 22, I recommend you use Psy's first ability when there's some pinks in range. I completely messed up the timing, so it gets closer than it normally does. But if you just time it properly, you'll be totally fine. After 22, the rounds are like really chill. At At the end of 25, get Druid of the Jungle, and make sure you set it back to first. Obviously really important. And now we can chill for a good bit again. Just make sure you get night vision goggles on either sniper before round 33. '31, there's sometimes a bit of RNG, so feel free to stun. It's a very rare, but it can happen. Before 33, set your non-camo sniper to first, and then set Psy back to strong. We are going to be changing Psy back to first eventually, but that's for the really late game. So he's going to be on strong for a good bit here. At the end of 34, get a village. As low as you can on that bottom platform. Give it 002, then get a dartling. Place it as high as you can on that bottom platform. Then lock it in place to where both the paths meet, and then give it advanced targeting. Get faster barrel spin mid-round, mid-35, and you should be fine. 1 out of 100 times something might leak on 35, but you can just catch it with a dartling. Get faster swivel before 36, stun the first wave of 36, and then get powerful darts ASAP mid-36. You can also make your camo sniper tunnel camo. Don't switch him to first quite yet, leave him on strong. I'm going to switch him back pretty quickly here. Leave the camo sniper on strong, tunneling camo. And now you should be set till the Moab comes out. If there's any leaking, you can just unlock the dartling and track them down, but yeah, it should not happen. It's very rare that anything leaks on these final few rounds before the Moab. 39, I recommend you play it safe and just unlock it. You can just leave the targeting where I am. Just leave your mouse right where I am, that's fine. Very rarely, again, does something leak on 39, but since we have it unlocked, we can catch it. And this is just playing super safe, like really safe, guaranteed not to lose type of thing. Before 40, get buckshot, and then set your druid to last. That is extremely important. 40 is simple. Just track the Moab with your dartling. Stun the Moab when it's in range of Psy. Make sure you keep tracking it with the dartling. It pops right about there every time. Psy takes care of the first 3 Sarams, and the Druid takes care of the final Saram. Lock your dartling in place again, set your Druid to first again. Very important. Then get another Druid, place it to the top right of that right Dart Monkey, as high as you possibly can. Give it 030, Druid of the Jungle, make sure you set it back to first. You can set both your snipers to first now, by the way. And then get hard thorns on that second Druid mid 41. At the end of 41, get an Alk and place it to the left of the Dartling. Give it AMD and then Berserker Brew ASAP during 42. 42, sometimes a yellow camo leaks and gets past, but if you have your camo sniper on first, it should catch it. Get Perishing Potions mid 43. 43, you can also stun, because there's sometimes a bit of RNG with the round. I think if you have Psy on strong, there shouldn't be any RNG, but sometimes there can be, so just stun for 43, and you definitely won't lose. 45, you don't really need to take it slow. These purple camos, so I can't hit them yet, so that's really the only thing you'd need to worry about, but the sniper and the dartling can both hit them, so it shouldn't be a problem. If you're feeling particularly unlucky, just unlock the dartling and like I am, and just leave it there. 9 out of 10 times you can just leave it locked and you'll beat up to round 50. But because I want to be super safe and make sure that all you guys that watch the guide can beat the map the way that I did, I recommend just unlocking the dartling, leaving it locked on that middle spot where I am, and if anything gets past, which it may, you can just catch it quickly with a dartling. So 48, the camo regrow purples got really close to leaking at the start, but they didn't. If anything like that occurs, just catch it with the dartling. Shouldn't be a problem. .49 is probably the hardest round so far. What you want to do is slow it down and stun when there's some ceramics near Sai. My timing was pretty good on this one, yours might not be as good. But it shouldn't matter too much, just make sure you stun when there's some tough balloons near Sai. You get bads. Right in the middle of 49, make sure you buy it ASAP and then switch it to target independent. And now you can just turn auto start back on and chill. Bads carries for a good bit here. Make sure you get stronger stim on your ALK. The only round we actually need stronger stim for is 63 because we need that +1 pierce for stronger stim. Also, you can remove the camo targeting from your camo sniper. It doesn't really matter, but yeah. I do it, so you should probably do it. .53, turn off auto start or just slow it down. Because we just need to do some placements. The rounds aren't difficult at all. We just have to place some stuff. At the end of 53, get a village. Place it as high as you can on that main island. Give it the discount upgrades. And then get a beast handler. To the top right of Sai, I placed my village a little bit poorly, a bit too low. So my beast handler ends up going a bit too far to the right compared to usual. But that's okay. Just place your beast handler as close to the left as possible while still being top right of Sai. So I'll place mine right there. And then get Horned Owl. And we're just going to work our way up to Giant Condor, aka Big Bird. Get Golden Eagle during 54, end of 54. Doesn't really matter, we don't need it to beat these rounds. And you can turn auto start back on, because we're just waiting till we can afford Giant Condor. So Big Bird with bads on this map is really, really good. The crazy amount of stalling we have lets us save up 63,000 for BEZ, which on an expert map is quite difficult to do. It's not the easiest thing to save up 63k on an expert. On an actual expert, like Sanctuary at least. Keep Sai on strong for now. Like I said before, we are going to switch him to first eventually, but that's for the final 10 rounds. So get Giant Condor during 59. And then get a glue. You don't have to turn off auto start for this, although I did, because it makes placements a lot easier, especially when the platforms move like they do on this map. So get a glue after 60. Place it to the right of the beast handler. Try and place it as bottom left as possible, so as close to the center of the island as you can, while still being to the right of the beast handler. Give it 002 for now. Then 003. Then 013, bigger globs and Moab glue. Keep auto start off for now actually. Because 63 we have to do some targeting changes, just so that we guarantee a victory, an easy victory on 63. Get glue splatter during 62. End of 62, set your big bird to strong. First wave of cerams, use size first ability. Second wave gets mauled, no problem. Third wave, use size second ability. Then set your beast handler back to first at the end of 63. And now we can chill again. This is the setup that's going to let us carry to 63,000 money saved up for BEZ. Now you can turn auto start back on. We don't have any ability usage for the next 10 rounds until round 75. So I'll see you guys then. If anything leaks or anything like that, which will not occur, but if it does due to some horrendous RNG, you can use size abilities. But yeah, that will not be necessary. During 74, you want to turn off auto start, and we're just going to leave it off for these next few rounds. Probably the rest of the way, actually. Even though for the final 10 rounds you don't really need to, but for the next 10 you definitely do. $75. We want to use size first ability, but not the second. So whenever you see a bunch of Moabs, not BFBs, near Psy, use that first ability, stun the Moabs, because they're a bit faster. 76, use size second ability. Not necessary, but recommended. $77, stun when there's a lot of Moabs coming out from the left side. $78, you might want to slow it down. That first wave of cerams, we want to use size second ability. So use it about when they meet in the middle. The timing's not that important, but just don't use it too early, that's the main thing. Let all the cerams come out first. You can speed it back up again because 78's a long round. There's a BFB that comes out, then the second wave of camo ceramics, so feel free to speed it up again. Once your ability's off cooldown, slow it down again, if you want. If you're quick, you don't have to. Use his second ability once the camo cerams come out and they get destroyed by BEZ. And Psy, of course. The GOAT. 79, no abilities, just a long cash farming round. So round 98 and 99 are actually pretty easy with this strat, but I butchered them so badly. I messed up so badly, but I still won, thanks to Psy and his GOAT level abilities. You'll see it in this run, it's kind of beautiful. I was so chuffed when I clutched it out. When Psy clutched it out, it was beautiful. 79 takes a bit of time, but yeah, it goes down. 80, we don't have to do anything except use size ability. This glue was literally only for this round because we can't beat the Moab without the glue. We can't beat the ZOMG without the glue. So once the ZOMG turns into Moabs, well, after Big Bird moves all the BFBs, they're going to turn into Moabs. Stun it once there's no BFBs left, and yeah, destroy round 80. You should have about 41 grand at this point. The next, 5 rounds are going to give us 20 grand. The next 4 rounds, actually. 81, we do need an ability. Make sure you put Psy back to first, and just leave him there the rest of the game. As soon as you see a lot of Moabs, you can use size first ability on 81. I did it a bit late, so I ended up having to use the second ability because some cerams got past. That's okay, you can use both if you need. If you time the first ability properly, you won't have to use the second ability. I messed up, but as you can see, this strat makes it very lenient with your ability usage, so as long as you use them, kinda in a timely manner, you'll be fine. 82, we don't actually need any abilities. It gets really close, but you don't need any. You can use them if you want, but yeah. If you get some horrendous RNG, use size second ability and just win. But as you see, no abilities for 82. It gets close, but yeah, not necessary. 83, we will need size first ability. Slow it down when the Moabs meet each other. And then use size first ability once a Moab's about halfway through the map. Again, the timing isn't really that precise, just be, around timely with it. So about similar to what I do and you'll be fine. 84 is the trickiest round of the run. What we want to do is use size second ability first. So slow it down for 84, 100% slow it down. As soon as a ceramic gets close to leaking, i.e. makes it past your bads, use the second ability right there. And then wait a little bit, because size destroying the Moabs. And then use his first ability when there's one BFB left on the left side. You could probably use the first ability a bit later. I did it a bit too early. But as you can see, it's not really a problem. Like the glue, the Big Bird, and BEZ, they do enough. At the end of 84, you get BEZ, actually. And it's Jova. If you made it this far, it is definitely Jova. BEZ just destroys everything. Do not buy anything except Grow Blocker and Radar Scanner. Like, don't buy a single thing, even if it costs like $500, because we have to get a MIB before round 90, and with this strat, we afford a MIB right at the end of 89, and yeah, just sail through the final 10 rounds. Which usually on this map are quite difficult. 87 gets completely mauled because BEZ is literally insane. BEZ with an alk buff for that +3 pierce is just nuts. Make sure size on first. He should have already been after round 80, but if he isn't, make sure he's on first because he's really, really important to have on first for these final 10 rounds. Having Sai on first actually lets me clutch up in the end here, so get a MIB before 90, and make sure auto starts off before 90. After the MIB, you can get a Spectre to the left of Sai, as low as you possibly can. Hit play for 90, and we're just going to start upgrading this Spectre to a 240 White Hot Spikes Spike Storm, aka kid named Spike Storm, so just begin doing that. And don't worry about the spikes, like these spikes are not necessary to beat the rounds at all, we just need Spike Storm for round 99 and 100. '93, the DDTs make it really far, really fast, but I promise you, you never lose to DDTs on 93 or 95, ever. So get Spike Storm and White Hot Spikes on the Spectre. Then get a sub, place it in either water, doesn't matter. And start upgrading that to a 230. Advanced Intel Ballistic Missile. And now we just save up for the first strike. You could put your sub to strong, it's probably better that way. For some extra ZOMG damage. 95, You will never lose to this round. I've done this run probably like 25, 30 times, and I've never lost to 95. They always get right to the end of that middle bit, and they never make it past. Because BEZ is kind of good. '96, no abilities. Usually kind of a hard round, but yeah. BEZ is just busted. A little bit. Get first strike mid 96 so we can get that quick cooldown. Then get yet another Spectre, another kid named Spike Storm to be, and start upgrading that second Spectre to a 240 as well. '97 never really gets close. The fortified ZOMGs have a lot of health, but yeah, no problem. For 98, what you want to do is use first strike on the ZOMGs. And what you actually want to do here, not what I did, is use size scream as soon as there's one ZOMG left on the screen. So usually how it works out is the BEZ destroys everything and then there's one ZOMG left. And that's when you want to use scream. I tried to get away with it on this run, not using scream, and it ended up getting really close, which snowballed into round 99. So you see I panic used the first ability there. You don't want to do that. You don't need to do that. Make sure you upgrade your other Spectre to Spike Storm, by the way. So 99, you should have the first ability available and a Spike Storm available as well. Get Jungle Drum's primary training on the village. Doesn't really matter. For 99, as soon as you see a DDT, Spike Storm, and then use size first ability. See, here I didn't have the first ability, and so it gets unbelievably close. Look at that, but Sai clutches it up because he's the GOAT. And yeah, I lived by the skin of my ass. Round 100, really simple. First strike, ASAP. Then when the bad gets about to the middle, kid named Spike Storm. For round 100, you won't have the Sai first ability available, but that's okay because you don't need it. I just used it because I had it, but yeah, you don't need it. You can use the second ability if you want, or the second Spike Storm as well. It doesn't matter. You win regardless. And that's it. BEZ and Big Bird kind of cooked, and Sai is goated.